Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
this podcast hates long throw-ins. Ooh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod, and I am your host Mike, and I am joined in a virtual room filled with Lion. This is just, you know what, I've got Chris. It's just a Chris and I pod. It's a Monday show on a Monday. We're just calling it the Chris and I show now. And the other two are going to be back. They're just not feeling too well. They've got whatever sickness Esteban was ruled out with. It's probably that.
Yeah.
And yeah. I want to know what were your moments of the weekend? What were your moments of the weekend, Chris?
Well, my girls' Sunday team, we had our first game.
Oh, I hadn't done it, had I? What? Do we have any update on the missing team?
No, well, we played them this week.
I need to know more.
So they was meant to come to us last week, didn't. And then we went to them this week and they actually turned up.
Wow.
Yeah. Big story. We won 20-0.
Fuck off, no way.
Yeah, we did.
Wow, they might as well just took the 3-0 forfeit.
Yeah. So I can kind of see why they didn't come to us last week.
My word.
Yeah, girls were fantastic.
That's insane.
But yeah, it wasn't really a contest. To be fair, we was 3-0 up after about 10 minutes and then didn't score for maybe 15, 20 minutes and then scored like 5 in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then second half, we just absolutely destroyed them.
It does show.
Yeah, we to be fair, we played so much better second half. But yeah, good start. Some of the girls was really nervous about playing against boys before the game started. They was not nervous by the end.
No, not at all. No, I cannot blame them. That is an amazing result. I can't. That's insane. Like, yeah, just take the 3-0 forfeit in the future, I say.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I'm just glad we got an update on that saga because I followed it closely. I'm sure listeners did as well. I'm sure they did. What did I do? Well, my Saturday was sort of stopped because obviously I had the car service. That went well. Wasn't as expensive as I expected. The guy who did it was nice. Ticks all the boxes. Would recommend.
Always a bonus.
Always a bonus. And what did I do? I went to M&S. That was all right. Girlfriend and I bought some bits and played Mario Kart. Went to the gym. It was one of those. It was genuinely, it was a quiet one. What I was happy about, sorry, Chris, not you, the certain person listening. Sorry. Seattle Seahawks 31, Steelers 17. I was a happy boy. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I was very happy that we finally got a W on the board. Very happy. Wasn't happy that the Sounders drew 2-2 with LA Galaxy though, because they're shit. What the fuck? Oh, come on. I think Kimberley won as well, 2-0, which again.
Wow.
They finally got a win.
Yes, Kimberley. Come on.
I messaged them on their Instagram going, "You finally got a win." And I realised that could come across as really sarky, but it's like they probably don't listen to our show. But if they did, it's like
I doubt it.
I was rooting. No, they might do. Right. I've got nothing else. I got. Actually, no. One of the games to watch over the weekend, I went with the Derby dell'Italia, and that was a bloody good game. Juventus 4-3. I mean, very rare I pull one of those out my arse, and it's right. I was Southampton 0, Portsmouth 0.
Yeah, you had both ends of the spectrum, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
the
Juve game was better than any Premier League game this weekend.
Oh, was it the bit where I sent you the group a screenshot of 3-0 in the 90th minute, just like, yeah. And then was it Leeds?
Saturday was awful.
Weren't great. I mean, for many reasons. Shevva shoutouts. I will jump straight in because we've got Clark. Please tell me this is the right one. Player rankings. Yes, it is. Clark, always excited when Chris is on. They hate on you because you speak the truth. Look at that. Praise for you.
Thank you very much.
Is K Hatto over Reece James is crazy work, Chris? Oh, you did reply to this. Let's have a look. And you said, yeah, you did. James hasn't been playing even though he's fit. Hatto's impact on Cuckoo was why he's there more than himself, to be honest. Very fair point. Can't disagree. James McManus. Oh, he's got his third part of his question here. Which Aston Villa player would you sign for the mighty Chelsea? Just going to say Jack Grealish, and that don't count. Can we go Emi Martinez? Because we could do with some kind of a prick in goal.
Oh, do you know what? It's a good shout, that is.
I can't trust him. Shout. I can't trust him, but he would be an upgrade, and
he definitely would.
You need shithousery to be. You just do.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you do.
I think a lot of people's go-to here would be Morgan Rogers, but I just don't see
where's he play?
Where he plays in our team not when Palmer's fit, especially. So, yeah, Emi Martinez, I think that's a good shout.
Yeah, because Morgan Rogers can't. Could he do the Cole Palmer celebration at the same time? I don't think that's. Oh, I think that'd be too much.
Do you know who's a rogue shout who I think is really good, pretty underrated, and would fit our system as he can play centre back and right back?
Go on.
Esri Konsa.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. They do have one player that people seem to be clamouring about, who's a centre back, right back, and a DM, and that's Lamar Bogard. That's too many flashbacks for me. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not that old.
We'll stay away from that one.
Yeah, and he's Dutch as well, so you straight away go, it's too much, too many coincidences.
Yeah, let's not do it.
We've been there. Jacob, love the pod, lads. It's my birthday today, so hoping my boys deliver the 3 points as a cheeky present. Keep up the good work, and Chris, never change. I let you down on the presents there.
Yeah, but happy birthday anyway. For that day it was.
Nigel, have always had a soft spot for the Bees. Classy club. You and I always say this. We love how they do the football shirts biannually. Yep. We look biannually. Yes. Oh, that's is it? Is that or twice? Is that twice a year? No,
that's twice a year, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not right. They definitely don't do that. But yeah, I've got nothing against them as a club. I mean, yeah,
No, I've always had a soft spot for Brentford as well.
Tommy, this one's very good. Do you lads think that Bronze could possibly play left back and Carpenter could go on the right, seeing as Niamh Charles hasn't looked too good this season? As an Aussie, I love Carpenter and think she'll be a really integral part of the squad this season. Cheers, up the Chelsea. Good one.
Oh, good question.
Has she ever played there?
I've never seen Lucy Bronze play left back though. Would be the only thing that's stopping that. Now, you would assume that it would be pretty much the same as playing right back, but I don't know. I can't see that happening. It's a fair question though, but I can't see it happening.
And that would be a big detriment on Niamh Charles if you've been superseded by a player who's not playing the natural position.
Who doesn't play there? Yeah.
It's a good one. Very good shout. Mads, I saw this. Shout out from Denmark. Love that. Love the show. Mark Yu did not play in Brentford's promotion final in May 2021. Mark Yu was only 15 years old and still in Barca's youth academy. He hadn't yet made his professional debut. His first senior game came much later in 2023 for Barcelona, signed for Chelsea in 24. I did reply, and they also replied back. So we had a bit of, but yeah, I said it was Mark Gay. The one for Crystal Palace, obviously, when he was on loan from Chelsea at Swansea. I realised, listening back, going, no, I didn't say that. Yeah, I did. I said Mark Yu. What can I say? It's very me. It's on brand. Right. Beth, Chelsea all day long. Woo! I love that. I love the enthusiasm. Wish the players had that on Saturday. Tyler, being a Chelsea fan at times exhausting. That's so true. Was Saturday, a poor result? Yes. Should have been 3 points, but those points were in our hand until the last minute. I understand the frustration, but this result is not a commentary on the coach or directors or squad who have this club in a solid direction at the moment. Just airing frustration based on what I'm seeing online. Congrats on the 1 million listeners to the best Chelsea pod out there. Thank you. 2 more. Yeah. Jamali, we always play bad after the international break. It's definitely a curse. And Tom rounds us off with, I think it needs to be mentioned, of the failure of VAR for that final Brentford goal. I thought it was offside at first, and then they barely showed a clip of it in the actual game. Tinfoil hat time, but do you reckon officials like to not give decisions based on previous issues? The Fulham game comes to mind, causing such an uproar that they almost don't want to give a big decision in Chelsea's favour. I think because it's a sport involving human beings. Human beings have usually working brains. And I think that you cannot not have that in the back of your head. I wouldn't be shocked.
He wasn't offside though.
According to the laws, he was. That's what I saw on Twitter before. The absolute.
But it was a throw in. It was a throw in.
Well, apparently it was. I'm just going based on the rules here.
So he can't be offside off the initial throw anyway. So. And then it did get a flick on at the near post. I'm not sure whether it was us or them who've got the flick on. But when they did the freeze frame on the TV of the flick at the near post, he was way onside. It was only whether the player in front of him had touched it after. But I mean, come on, we are nitpicking. If we are clutching at straws about a very, very marginal offside about whether we get a win against a Brentford team who's had half their team taken, I think that shows everything.
I'm not disagreeing, and I made a tweet about it, and I saw that some people had some kicked off going, you said that Trevor Chalobah was fouled. Yes, I did say that, and yes, I also put in the tweet we benefited against Fulham 100%, and I have no issue admitting that. Yeah, we benefited. I said that because according to it, the media said and the referee said that was a mistake. So I thought that Trevor Chalobah was fouled. That was my opinion. Apparently, that's not the fact. Okay. Hence why I said benefited from that decision. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
I think people need to calm the fuck down saying, you contradict yourself. There's a difference between opinion and fact.
Yeah,
the world doesn't realise that yet, I don't think. Yeah. So there's our Shevva shout-outs. Thank you for your reviews, thoughts, and everything else. Of course, if you want yours read out on the show, just head over to Spotify, drop a comment, and we'll be sure to read it out in the next episode. Right then, news. Well, there wasn't a lot. I kind of just... Should we talk about Chris Wilder being appointed for the third time for Sheffield United?
Oh, so stupid.
He got sacked 2 months ago. He's back in, and he's got another signing on board. That guy's a genius, his agency is. A genius. Oh my word! What happened with our lot on the little charcuterie board of news? David Datro Fofana joined Turkish side Fatih Karagümrük on a season-long loan, so there's something. Shinmueka, he won Player of the Month in the Premier League too. It was a very quiet weekend of football news. Someone did say about Raheem Sterling with turning down Napoli and Bayern, and I'm just like, I'm exhausted talking about that guy now. I feel like there's another update every other day, and I'm like, I just don't care.
I don't think that's true either.
You don't think he turned down Bayern or Napoli, or did they even not bother?
I don't think they would have been interested in him. I don't think. Well, Napoli. If he went on loan to Napoli, we'd have to pay all of his wages still, so we wouldn't benefit from that at all.
That is true.
And why the fuck would Bayern Munich want him?
Part of the Jackson deal. I'm like, I don't buy this. None of this makes sense.
Nah, I think that's a load of bollocks.
Yeah, but again, it's this Raheem Sterling. Is he going to play? Is he leaving?
To be fair, I don't care.
That's how I feel now.
Yeah,
I just
100%.
I don't care. What I care about though, because we get to head to Kingsmeadow Corner because Chelsea women headed to the Midlands, which I should have gone to this game. What was I playing at? To take on Aston Villa, and it ended Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 3. We do our quickfire winners and losers. I feel like we might be on the same page here. Who was your first winner?
Hannah Hampton.
I do have her. Why? I mean, key stops, of course.
Yeah. Do you know, it's so funny at the moment watching the men's team and the women's team. And I think they're conceding, both teams are conceding similar chances to the opposition. But Hampton makes the saves when we needed to. And in this game especially, 2 or 3 really good saves at crucial moments in the game.
Yes.
to allow us then to go and win the game. Like, she's so important and she's so good. And it's not just the saves that she's making, because they're not highlight reel saves. They're good saves, but they are massive saves in the moment and the context of the game. Like, she made at least 2 saves in this game to stop us going 2-1 down, which is massive moments in the game. And I mean, to be fair, she's outstanding. I think she's got to be in the conversation now for best goalkeeper in the world.
I thought that straight after the Euros, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
very hard to say, because you could go, oh yeah, Barcelona. It's like, yeah, but Hannah has to make saves.
Yeah, the Barcelona goalkeepers
Just
will
saying.
keep a clean sheet on a deck chair.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
not hard. I'm sorry, it's not. You're right. I mean, for me, she made key stops throughout the game, obviously in our favour, because they're pivot points. You got to remember, these are pivot points. You either sink or swim. Yeah, we probably would swim, but that's not the point. We didn't want to have the option to have to swim. And there was, look, I will say, look, she didn't keep a clean sheet, but I've got to give credit here. I don't think she could do anything about the outstanding
no.
strike from Salmon. That's
Goal
goal of
was
the month for
unreal.
September, sealed.
Yeah.
It was a really good. I watched it back and I just thought,
Such a good finish.
will I be hypercritical of Hannah here? And I looked at it and went, nah, that's just too good. That's just, sometimes you just got to go, you know what? Fair play. Fair play.
Yeah.
My second winner was Sam Kerr.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. 100 goals in Chelsea blue. It's a record for men and women for Chelsea. I think it's 100 goals in 129 games, which is bloody
That's
hell.
insane.
And it's a goal scoring return from 20 months out, and it's perfect return. It's perfect. The team were happy for her, fans happy, we're happy for her. Sam's back, and maybe I was a bit overreacting saying what version of Sam Kerr do we get, because she was just back to, it wasn't so much, I don't want to see sprints from her. It's that instinct, and she showed it.
Yeah.
It's not it's not going to, again, Salmon's goal will be on highlight reels. Sam Kerr's 100th goal is not going to be a highlight reeler, but that's not the point. It's the intelligence. It's the instinct. And she had it.
And you know what? It was a really good cameo performance. I think even if she hadn't have scored the goal, I think it was a really positive introduction back into the team. There was one where she played with her back to goal and played a little flick round the corner to create a chance. She looked really fit and sharp. I mean, considering this is 20 months out, which is a ridiculous amount of time, you wouldn't have believed it though, watching her in that cameo. And hopefully she can stay fit and just get better as the season goes on, like get that sharpness back and get back into the team. Because I tell you what, it's scary to think how much better this team would be with Sam Kerr. Like, look how good this team is, and then you're adding in someone who is genuinely world class.
Yeah,
that's a scary thought.
It's such a shame that she had that 200 20 months out, because you could have imagined she could have topped, easily gone 30, another 60 goals. We could be talking about a player that I'm not sure what her record is compared to other players in not just the WSL, but in like association football. But she's got to be up there in the women's game for like all time, for certain. But I don't know. I haven't got the research in front of me, so I can't claim something here. I might get time if I quickly peek and look.
Depends when they've started keeping records and that from as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a point. That is a good point. What did you have any other winners, or did we match 2 for 2 there?
I did have another one.
Go on.
Aggie Beaver Jones.
Classic.
Because again, it's not just scoring the goal, it's scoring the opening goal, which is the most important one because it completely changes the game. I think you can see in Beaver Jones that she is training with Sam Kerr. And I think this is what sort of the point I was making a couple of episodes ago about when Kerr came back and was on the bench. It's not just having her there, it's having her on the training pitch. So these young players can learn off her, because it was a very Sam Kerr-esque goal.
Mm.
Around the box, stayed alive, pulled away from the marker, capitalized on the mistake, and got an easy goal. And those sort of things are really starting to develop now in Beaver Jones' game. I think she's starting to look more like a goal scorer than just. I think before she sort of looked like a forward who you could potentially put out wide. I think now she's starting to look like a striker, someone who's going to get you those big goals in big games and those goals that never dry up, as Paul Merson once said about Papa Cisse. Yeah, if you've got a striker who's scoring worldies every week, eventually they're going to stop scoring. If you've got one who keeps tapping the ball in the net from the 6-yard box, that's never going to go away. And that's what Beaver Jones is starting to look like. And it's just another goal in another game, opening goal. I can't, honestly, the season she's going to have this year, if she stays fit, I think is going to surprise everybody.
I fully agree. Carpenter to Aggie Beaver Jones could be a very special duo indeed.
It's the new Royton to Kerr.
Yeah, yes. You know what? Yes, it is. I've got losers. I've got one, but it's kind of multiple because it's the back line.
Joe, I had the same.
Oh man, we were a bit like, I've said it before about the men's team, and I'll say it about the women's team. We were open like a 24/7 Tesco. If this was against a more elite side, we lose. Don't you can't give too many elite teams chances. Villa, no disrespect here, but they haven't got the clinical finishers like, when we've played like Arsenal, City. We didn't play like that against City. There was no organisation. The passing was sloppy. Aston Villa, fair play, their press, we couldn't handle it. And man, I've got to do it. And I'm so sorry. Neve, you've had 2 poor games now in succession. Come on, you're better than this. You are better than this. Yeah,
you are right. It's again, it's that thing, isn't it, where we're looking at this team in terms of winning the Champions League, and you give Barcelona those chances, they score. And it's kind of what happened last year over the 2 legs. We didn't play horrendously bad, but we just gave away too many chances against elite players, and you're going to get punished. We was way too open on the counter attack. So easy to get in behind. The distances wasn't right. The spaces was too big. I think it comes from we haven't got that settled back line. It looks like a back line that hasn't had loads and loads and loads of games together. It's last year Baltimore was playing left back, and now Niamh Charles has come into play. Obviously Bronze is out and Carpenter's come in, so really both the fullbacks are new to the back line in terms of playing with the centre half pairing that they're playing with. So it's going to take some time. I do think it will shore up as the season goes on. If that back line stays relatively settled, I think it will naturally improve as the season goes on. I think it showed as well in the game that we missed Cuthbert's energy, I think, in midfield in terms of closing down the first ball to stop the counter attacks. I think when she doesn't play, we do have a more open midfield. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. But yeah, it's a work in progress. We're 2 for 2, but we're far from perfect at the moment, I would say.
I mean, we conceded 17 shots to City, 15 to Villa, and you're thinking, how
That's
does that
too many, isn't it?
Well, comparing to this is how it works with Barca. That first leg, the 4-1, the first leg, 19 shots. They punished us. It gets worse in the next leg because in the next they had 17, put 4 in. Their point is there. They score.
Yeah,
Teams
and
like
that's what and you're absolutely right. We've give City the same amount of chances and they didn't punish us. We've gave Villa the same amount of chances and they didn't punish us. Yeah. But teams like Barca will.
The thing is, if I give you 5 lottery tickets and then I give somebody else 15, there are more chances of them winning because we've got to sort it out. And we're a good team. We're the best team in England. I don't care about Arsenal, yeah, it's something. Look, if you want to play that game, look at Chelsea in 2011, 2012. Best team in Europe. We're right now, Chelsea's men's team right now are the best team in the world, but we're not the best team in Europe or in England. That's the thing. That's just the fact. So, yeah, let's just go with that. And we move from one victory to maybe not so victory, because we head to winners and losers as Chelsea headed to the G-Tech to take on Brentford. Chelsea thought they were about to snatch the steering wheel of the Premier League table, but Brentford jammed on the brakes at the last second. It began in typical Chelsea fashion, sluggish, flat, and punished as Kevin Schade finished off a Jordan Henderson pass that was very precise. It felt like he'd briefly borrowed a time machine from 2019. The Blues, though, they trudged into the half-time with just one shot on target, and Enzo Maresca responded with a triple sub that screamed, "I have seen enough." Enter Cole Palmer, fresh off the groin injury shelf. He needed just 5 minutes to remind everyone why he's Chelsea's best attacking spark, slotting home an equaliser that flipped the mood entirely. From there, Chelsea, they pressed, they prodded, and finally got their explosion. Moises Caicedo ripping a missile into the net with 5 minutes to go. And it was the sort of goal that makes you wonder if he'll casually whip in a knuckleball free kick next week just to complete the set. But Chelsea, being Chelsea, couldn't hold the line. Brentford summoned the dark art of the long throw, the kind of chaos weapon that looks more at home in the rugby scrum. And in the 93rd minute, Fabio Carvalho wriggled free at the back post to stab home the equaliser. From nearly going top of the league to walking away, red-faced with just a point. This was peak Chaos Blues. It was dazzling in bursts, maddening in execution, and still haunted by the humble long throw. Brentford 2, Chelsea 2, winners and losers. Who have you got, and how many have you got?
2 and 4.
Totally justified. I have 3 and 3. But it's totally justified because it was just one of those. And I've teased it on the Discord. Listeners, if you're not on the Discord, go on the description right now. There's a link in there. It's worth it. You get some little snippets behind the scenes. See how the sausage is made. And I'll go to my first winner. I've got Cole Palmer.
Yep, same.
Instant impact. As always, he came on, he scored. And he nearly had a brace as well before, you could have finish of your cup of coffee. And the worrying stat, it's a bit of a mini stat drop, but it's not worth it. This isn't a good thing. Palmer had more shots in 10 minutes than the entire Chelsea 11 managed in the entire 90. It's a bit of a red flag, that.
Yeah, just a bit.
But look, his movement, his awareness, and his ability to just sort of glide into the danger areas, he makes him Chelsea's most switched on player when the game's crying out for a bit of quality. Don't want to become Cole Palmer FC, but bloody hell, he just makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, massive. He looked like he came on the pitch as well. Again, wanting to take the game by the scruff of the neck and wanting to be that player that pulled us out the shit, basically. Because the first half, I think, is the longest half of football I've ever watched. As a game, it was absolutely dreadful. And there isn't a single neutral fan who didn't turn that game off in the first half. That's how bad it was.
That's a fair point.
Not just from our point of view, from Brentford as well. I just thought the game was absolutely dire. But we was awful in the first half. And then Palmer was sort of that spark in the second half that got us going. But, we're talking about, we did our review of the transfer window and we're still looking at Cole Palmer to be that spark because none of the others are doing anything. It was kind of a stark reminder that, yes, we've improved, but we ain't improved that much.
The thing is, funnily enough, it was about, I just had my service. Well, I was dropped my car off. There's context. And I was in the M&S car park and my girlfriend doing Fantasy Premier League. And she turned to me and she went, does she have Igor Thiago, who Brentford, or Cole Palmer in the starting lineup? And I said, put Cole Palmer. And she went, yeah, but he's groin. I'm like, if he plays even 20 minutes, he'll do something. He will give you points. And I was so confident because he's just that good. He's just that good. He lifts up the quality. Again, we can't keep relying on him because it's great, but we've also seen how that's also destroys us if he gets injured. And
I think as well, it was a bit of a concern that he played as long as he did, because Maresca before the game saying that he's not fully fit. He can play, but he's still feeling some pain. So basically, sort of saying he's in the squad, he's on the bench in case we need him, but was kind of hoping we don't need him.
Like those early FA Cup ties.
Yeah, and then there was no way the plan was to play him for 45 minutes.
Unlikely.
So that's a concern over whether that's going to have a longer term effect on this groin injury. It's a bit like when Spurs kept rushing Harry Kane back and then he kept getting injured again, and it was like, you just stop rushing him back.
Yeah.
Like, I know you need him, but at the same time, learn to play without him then. And I think we've got to get to a point with Palmer where we can play without him. You know, we've done it in the West Ham game. But again, I think kind of shows how good Esteval is, that Palmer was out of the West Ham game and Esteval played, and we didn't really notice it. Both of them was out of this game, and it's like, well, who's doing something productive here? We didn't have, without either of those on the pitch, we don't have that X factor player.
No, you're not wrong. Who's your second winner?
Moises Caicedo.
He's technically my third, but go on.
I thought he had a good game anyway. I thought he was one of the few actually who actually played quite well. Done what Caicedo does, put out fires in the midfield that he was largely in on his own. Used the ball well, and then the goal's a great strike. And it should be the winner. When you score in that late on against a team like Brentford, you should go on and see the game out from there. And I don't really think there was any blame on him for that not happening. Again, it was Caicedo not at his best, still an 8 out of 10. That's kind of how good he is.
You're not wrong. For me, I had Moises Caicedo's highlight reel, because every time this man scores, it's a stunner. He doesn't do tap-ins. He doesn't do scruffy headers. He just does YouTube compilations. Like I said it in the little quirky commentary of the game. I expect him to whip in a knuckleball free kick because he can do it. If he steps up for a free kick, I'm like, go for it. He's just so good at it. He's got such a clean strike, and it should have been the winner. I guess you've run out of winners now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're going to hate me so much. But
if you put Garnacho,
please,
I will turn this off.
Listen. You've got to listen. I teased it.
Oh, well, I'm not listening.
Right. You right. Aliano Garnacho in brackets, attacking output only, and then again in brackets, the same brackets. Please read that twice. That's for everyone listening. Look, we know his defensive tracking is poor. I agree. Going forward, he's a difference maker because his cross did lead to the Caicedo goal. And this is why he's a winner for his attacking input, because in just 11 minutes, he matched Gittins' entire 56-minute attacking contribution.
That says more about Gittins than it does Garnacho.
That's kind of why I brought it, because Gittins had one shot, one chance created, 0 accurate crosses, and 3 touches in the box. Garnacho matched him across the board in less than a quarter of the time, and he did look sharper doing it. He posed a genuine threat, and I have to give it a nod, because I know he was lapsing the throw. I understand that. I've got more complaints about that throwing anyway. But his attacking output was better when he came on. He was better than Gittins. I would say he has to start over Gittins based off purely that 11 minutes. Ear for the threat. And that's kind of what he does. That's why I put him there. Attacking output only, please. Just saying. So Ollie sent in his winners list to me, and he had Caicedo for his absolute monster strike of a goal, Cole Palmer for changing the game when he came on, and himself for not expecting to win and guessing that Shada would score a goal. Fair play, Ollie. Fair play. Yeah. Before I get Chris is currently running over to my house to kill me right now. Losers. Who have you got as losers?
Enzo Maresca.
Oh, okay. I know
Starting lineup made no sense.
That's my one loser.
if you're a manager and you're making 3 changes at half time and you're bringing on 3 players who everyone, Stevie Wonder, could see should have started, then you're admitting that you made a mistake. I don't know what
Yeah,
he was thinking. I honestly don't understand the thinking behind having 2 right backs sat on the bench and not playing a right back. Makes no sense whatsoever.
mm,
What, why choose this game to give Cucurella a rest again is bizarre. He couldn't do anything about the Esteval one, to be fair to him. But again, starting Buonanotte over Andre Santos. What are we actually doing? Like the lineup was just honestly the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. And it didn't work. Honestly, the first half was as bad as we've played since the really bad spell we had around Christmas time last year.
mm.
I can't stress enough how bad that first half was. We did literally nothing. Kelleher could have sat down and read the newspaper, and we still wouldn't have threatened the goal. That's how bad we was. I don't think we got anywhere near the goal. Even the one shot on target was, the sort of thing you play at a 7-year-old warming up in goal. Like it's not a real shot. It's not a real save.
Love that.
Yeah. Second half, I've seen people getting a little bit carried away about, well, we was massively improved in the second half. Well, you bring on your better players and you get better. Oh, fucking hell. Hold on. Let's write a book about that.
Yeah.
That's a new revelation to everybody. You play better players and you get a better performance. Oh, that's bizarre. Yeah. Fair play to him for making the subs at half time. Not waiting for the usual 60 minutes that managers have to wait for normally.
Oh, the Rafa rule.
Yeah. But it's another case of just you got it so wrong in the first place, and ultimately that is what cost us the game. Because yes, we did end up taking the lead, and we should have won the game from there. But we've been through this period under Maresca where you can't keep having shit first halves and then being better in the second half. You just can't keep starting Premier League games poorly. And it was another case of he's picked a team which no one else would have picked, and it didn't work.
That's totally justified. And look, Enzo Maresca is not a loser for me, but the starting 11 is. Here's what I wrote in my match notes when the lineup dropped. Great social media graphic. Shame about the actual 11. And then I carried on.
Good.
Right. You didn't touch on it. So I'm glad I've got to bring some spotlight. Wesley Fofana at right back after 6 months out. That's mad. That's mad.
Oh.
He's played there 7 times in his very, very limited playing time career. And I don't see how this was the moment to try the experiment. Why?
It wasn't.
Unsurprisingly, Reece James had to come on at halftime to clean up that mess. And to add to that, Buonanotte is unforgettable. Well, forgettable, being blunt, showing in midfield. And Gittins, look, I like him. I liked his potential, but he looks more like loan to Luton than star at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Jesus.
Maresca got an opening 11. That opening 11 set us up to fail before the whistle blew. It was just, I get Bayern's coming up. I'm not stupid. I get we've got 4 away games in 2 days or whatever the silly number is. But that lineup just doesn't fill me with confidence whatsoever. And you were spot on with Maresca. Again, I look at it. So we've got Hato at left back. Okay. All right. Okay. Gives Cucurella a rest. Weren't the best showing from him. Fofana at right back was ludicrous. Buonanotte, I just don't see the logic there. I think he's a player perfect for the League Cup and the FA Cup early rounds.
Yeah.
But again, no, we'll put him in this. Gittins was just poor. It was just poor. That's the thing. That lineup was just poor. And I wasn't shocked to see Cucurella, Reece James. I was shocked to see Tyreek George come on at halftime. Thought that was strange.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that one either. I think it was to try and get João Pedro more involved in the game. Didn't happen.
This was a player that was like, no, I like Tyreek George, but he was a player that was surplus to requirements, and suddenly he's like,
yeah.
But I guess
Though,
yeah.
Actually, now you've brought that up, that's a good point. It's another strange thing for a manager to do, that he brought Tyreek George on, so then he moved João Pedro to the number 10. And then, 5 minutes later, brought Cole Palmer on, so put João Pedro back up front and put George on the left.
Yeah.
Like,
And then, yeah.
I don't understand what you're thinking is. Like, when you thought that sub through at half time, you'd have thought, well, if this doesn't go well, I'm going to be bringing Palmer on. And it's probably going to be for Gittins, who I should be taking off right now because he's absolutely awful. I should have took him off after 10 minutes. But why I'm sending him out for the second half, I don't know. But let's give it a go anyway. Let's have a laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing.
When I bring
Yeah.
Palmer on, I'm going to have to move Pedro again. So,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know,
right.
the whole day was just a bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Oh, look, I'll go for my second loser, Tosin, because the Brentford opener is on him. It is. Look, it's the same problem as against Fulham. 1v1 defending is the true test of an elite centre-back. He failed it every time. He's had that. What's terrifying is it's the same carbon copy goal. I know it didn't count, but if you look at it, it literally is like for like. And the moment Sharda squared up to him, I literally turned to my girlfriend and said 1-0 Brentford. Second later, balls in the net. At some point, if opposition strikers can see you like a neon open for business sign, you've got a problem. And you would kill me if I don't mention this. Robert Sanchez has now conceded from the first shot on target in 3 straight games, technically 4, if not for the VAR saving him versus Palace. It's elite consistency. You could say it's a bit harsh, but the thing is, it's still the first shot. It's not great.
Again, you know, this was brought up in the group chat that he couldn't do anything about the goal, and I don't think he should have saved the goal. But that doesn't make the stat any less true.
No, that stat is so bizarre.
It's concerning because it means one of two things. Either Robert Sanchez is just shit, which jury's out.
Yeah.
Or the first chance we're giving away in a game is a big one, which is even more of a concern. Because that would suggest to me that we're not concentrating from the beginning then. Because the first chance you give away in a game should be a half chance. Give away a half chance, and which sort of switches everybody on. It shouldn't be a big chance that the opposition are scoring every time. That is a fundamental problem that needs to be fixed on the training ground. You're right about Tosin in this, though, because my second loser is defending in general. Not learning from our mistakes. Trevor Chalobah got away with it against Fulham and then went and did it again here. Went really high, 15 yards into their half with the striker, didn't win the ball. Well, you've fucked yourself now, haven't you, really? If you're not gonna win the ball, at least make the foul. You know, you can't do neither. Left Tosin hung out to dry, to be honest. But then you're absolutely right about Tosin. Made the cardinal sin as a defender in a 1v1. Let the player come onto his stronger foot. Why are you letting him come inside? He'd already had the warning. The first time Sharda got in and it hit his legs. So why are you letting him do it again? Stop letting him come inside. Just block off the inside. Let him shoot on his weaker foot at the near post and back your goalkeeper to make the save. You can't let him come inside and have the shot that he wants. It's such poor defending. Our defending in this game overall was just absolutely horrendous. Again, the defensive shape is all over the place. When we lose the ball, I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't know whether we're pressing, whether we're mid-block, low block, no block. Like, I don't know what we're doing because it seems like the back four just all do their own thing. Chalobah goes chasing the ball like a puppy that's just been let out for the first time. Just goes running all over the place. Like, oh, the ball's over there, I'm going to go win it. That's okay. Tosin then stands there like the owner of that puppy who's thinking, what the fuck is he doing? Trying to get him back in. Trying to rein him back in on the lead. The fullbacks, some of them are high, some of them are narrow, some of them are deep. I don't know what they're doing. They're all over the place. The midfield is completely vacated. It's just Caicedo in there with enough room to build a garden. And then expected to cover all of that space on his own. The forwards don't counter press the ball at all, so we lose the ball and they just let the opposition bypass them with ease. I don't know what we're trying to do, and our structure off the ball isn't good enough. And we've had I say me mainly. I've had some criticism for bringing up our defending when actually you look at our defensive stats and they're pretty good, but the stats don't tell you the story. We will get an absolute hiding by someone at some point in the next month or so if we don't sort it out. If we go to Bayern and be as open as we was, they will murder us.
That's the thing. Like, Sanchez did make some saves in the game that were good.
He did.
But that's that Tosin decision making one-on-one. It's that's a concern for me. And he's a good player and he can do better. But that was a red flag for me. Who was your second loser?
Well, third, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, third.
We've spoke about him already. Jamie Gittins. I'd be sending him back.
Poor game.
Honestly, I'm at a point now I'll just send him back. I have seen absolutely nothing positive from this player in any of his appearances so far. I don't know what he is. Here's an indictment. He's like a poor Madueke. And when you consider how average Madueke was, it's like, fuck me, you fucking hell, you've gone some there, son. Well done. He doesn't do anything productive. His crossing is bang average. He doesn't look like he's physically ready for the Premier League. His shooting is woeful. He tries to take his player on, but I don't think he's got an idea of what the aim is when he gets past the player anyway, so he very rarely gets past them. He is really struggling. Another one, I give it to January. He'll go out on loan. This time next year, he would have been sold for profit, probably.
It wouldn't be right. It's a weird one because it's, again, we've said about Bundesliga players, Gittins, Sesko, good gosh, he looks dreadful. And I'd say Florian Wirtz as well hasn't looked great.
No, he hasn't. Well, he hasn't got anywhere near the levels he got to for Leverkusen.
Yeah, Sesko is the kind of player who you'll see go to the Serie A in a season or two and he'll absolutely boss it. He'll be a top scorer. I don't know who he'll play for. Maybe Atalanta. I don't know. And the thing on Madueke, actually, I saw some, like, Gary Neville's talking, going, he's a great player. It's like, you're just describing exactly the player he was at Chelsea. I'm not going to be biased. If a player's good, he's good. But I just saw Madueke's good performance for Arsenal on the weekend that's just what he used to do for Chelsea. Look at the game against Wolves when he got a hat-trick. He was amazing. But it's
Madueke, like I said, when we sold him,
Madueke
last season was good for us. Not good, but
he's not a bad player.
No, he was okay. But Madueke is one of them players where he'll have a good game, like he did for Arsenal on Saturday, and then he'll be average for the next 5.
Yeah, that's
the problem.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but again, it comes down to, yes, we sold Madueke. Is Madueke a brilliant player? No. Are we going to lose sleep over losing him? No. But have we improved in his position? No. We have not. Because we brought in Jamie Gittins, who looks arguably worse.
Yeah, I can't at this moment, the small sample size we have of 4 games. Yes, 4 games. I agree. I'll go with my third and final loser. Defending long throws. Because we hired a set-piece coach from Brentford. He even made my winners list last season. You'd think we'd learn something there. You'd think very wrong, because every time Brentford wound up for a throw, Chelsea's backline looked like they'd never seen one before, ever. It was like, I don't know what to do. Oh, what do I do? And the worst part, the stoppage time goal, it's classic. Yes, Garnacho lost his man, he did. The bigger problem for me was the 5 Chelsea players packed into the 6-yard box like sardines. We had Caicedo, we had Chalobah, we had Tosin, we had Cucurella, and we had George, and not a single one won the first ball.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
No, that's not. You could go. It's not bad. That's not bad luck. That's a training ground crime. I'll die on this hill. Zonal marking is a scam, and man to man is much better. Which it was zonal marking because otherwise Garnacho would have stayed with his man, and he didn't. How did we have 5 players jump for the ball, not one? I want to know why Cucurella's jumping up. He's 5'9", bless him. Tosin, yeah, he's 6 foot odd. Yeah, fine. Cucurella's better off somewhere else.
And why was they all at the near post?
I don't win that first
Because
ball, which we didn't win.
but the danger there is if you don't win the first ball, I've got people like Garnacho defending the back post, which is where the goal's going to happen. You are absolutely right. Take Cucurella out of there and put him where Garnacho is. The goal doesn't go in. I don't think. I think Cucurella will defend that back post off the flicker.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I've got to ask the question of Robert Sanchez. You've got all those players packed in at the near post to win the first ball. And what does Robert Sanchez do? Goes towards the ball. Why?
6 players.
Either back them to win the first ball or think if they don't, I need to collect the flicker. Why are you then going towards the ball as well? The setup was wrong. It's awful.
Yeah. The funny thing is, because I went into a rabbit hole, I saw Rory Delap, father of Liam, and some of the goals that he scored, I remember them well. He scored, well, he didn't score, he set up by his long throws. And ironically, there's one against Arsenal where there's about 4 or so players trying to win that first ball. And because you now know what I've just teased you with what I just said, goals that were scored from throw-ins. Yes, no one won the first ball, and the ball ended up at a player for Stoke who put it in the net.
Yeah.
This isn't a new tactic. Why have we not learnt this? Like, sure, Maresca is a very, very details man. Surely he looked at Brentford and went, long throws. We should defend against that. We should do something. Nope.
And you know what it is?
Go on.
He'll point at that's why he started essentially 4 centre-backs in the defence to deal with Brentford's aerial bombardment from throw-ins. Didn't work. That's fine if it works. But you can't do that and then still concede off a set piece then.
Correct. You can't. 100%. Who was your final loser?
Mark Gue.
Yes, Mark Gue, the forward.
Do you know what? I can't believe I said it to you on here that I still wasn't convinced that he would get game time. And then he's left out of the squad for this game. Not even on the bench. And what was the point in calling him back then? What was the actual point in recalling him if you're going to play Tyreek George up front?
Yeah.
No point. There is literally no point in him being here. And I think he would have been a better option to bring on than Tyreek George was. Because Brentford are quite a physical team. You need someone who's relatively physical and can cope with that. Tyreek George is not that. He's not a physical player who can play with his back to goal. Mark Gue has proved that he can do those things, so he can cope physically. He's a very good presser of the ball as well. This would have been the perfect opportunity to give him a chance, and you left him at home. And you know, it's weird because there was that moment in the first half where Pedro Neto put a really, really good cross across the 6-yard box and then moaned that there was no one in there to tap it in. And I looked at it and I thought, well, there's 2 things that have come from this. One, if you watched Arsenal Forest, Eze put the exact same ball across the box and Gyökeres was there to tap it in because he's a goal scorer. Neto then did it in this game. João Pedro stood on the edge of the box because he's not a goal scorer. He's scored a lot of goals in his short time with us, but he's not a goal scorer, a natural goal scorer. You could argue, would Liam Delap be there? We don't know. But that's where people like Mark Yu need to be. And if you look at the goals that he has scored for us, Mark Yu, the limited number of goals that he has scored for us, they have been penalty box goals. He's a penalty box striker. He doesn't do a lot outside the penalty area. He's a penalty box guy. So it's just another case of why recall a player if there's no intention of using him? If you don't think he's good enough, leave him at Sunderland, and we'll just make do with what we've got then. But watching Gyökeres tap one in for Arsenal from the exact same cross that Neto put in just shows me that yes, we recruited, but we didn't solve the problem.
And Ollie, of course, sent me in his losers. He had 4. He had Caicedo, Chalobah, Tosin, Cucurella and George all together. How all 5 of you are attacking one player who beat you all to the flick on is unacceptable. Thank you. That's literally why I had Long Throws as my loser, Ollie. Gittins, I'm going to support him as it's a tough adjustment period, but his game needs to work. Hope Maresca can do his thing. Maresca likely set the team up wrong from the start, though, given available personnel and injury risk, anything else was a gamble. But he made a comment about how the team, for the equaliser at the death, needed to control the tempo of the game more. This is something I've been hearing for over a year. You can either sort this out as the manager or you can't. What's so hard about concentrate and keep the ball to slow the game down late on? I don't get it. And his final loser was overreaction. Certain reaction to treating a game where we were basically robbed by the referees as a wholesale devastating 8-0 loss. No, Brentford aren't great, but it's so silly in my opinion to see people switch up a team a month after battering PSG. 4 London derbies to start the season, 8 points, could be better, could be worse. In the last 4 months, we've won 22 games, lost 4, drawn 4, and suddenly, even though we're still unbeaten, the question marks start to appear again. Are people not tired of changing their opinions every month? If you thought we were the title challengers, you were always delusional. Hey, I thought it was a good shout. Hey. Yeah. Emojis, I went with hands up emoji because Long Throw summed up the game. What about yourself?
Oh, that's pretty good. You know the sort of wry smile
Oh,
where
yeah.
you don't really know what to make of that because we've seen this film before.
We have. Don't like
and
the
then
sequel.
then it went away. It's almost like we've had a really good first season of a TV show, which was the first half of last season, and then the second half of last season was like that shit second season, and you've come back for season 3 and the first 2 episodes started okay, and then episode 3 was absolutely shit, exactly like season 2, and you think, oh, okay, I know what we're doing. That's what it feels like. It feels like we're on sort of like a rinse and repeat cycle where it's like, we're good, we're shit, we're good, we're shit, we're good, we're shit. And it's like, string a whole season together.
Yeah, would be nice. We'll move to our line of the week picks from the weekend. Not terrible. You had João Pedro. I had Esteval. Well, he decided to miss it for poorly. We were told he was poorly. We don't know why.
Yeah. This was João Pedro's worst game for us as well, by the way.
And the wheel went with Reece James.
I think the wheel probably wins, you know.
We'll give it default. The wheel. Who was the actual... Was it Palmer? What am I doing? Palmer. Of course it was.
Yeah.
I mean, he came on, changed the game. Right.
Yeah.
Preview time. We're taking on Bayern Munich. Whoa. In the Champions League. So here's a bit of...
Yay.
Oh, what? I should really... I can't really... yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it? We are having a quiet one. Yeah, our best of the match preview music. So yeah, Bayern Munich, Champions League. The league phase hasn't started yet, so I can't really do anything with their currently sittings. But I'll give you their Bundesliga record. 3 wins from 3, 14 goals, the most in the Bundesliga, 2 conceded, the least in the league. Spotlight, well, Michael Olise and Harry Kane. You already know that, listeners. Yep. You're smart. The last time Bayern Munich beat Chelsea was on the 8th of August 2020. It wouldn't be a preview if I didn't tell you what the UK number 1 was on that date. Head and Heart by Joel Corry featuring MNEK. Probably know that song. I haven't listened to it. I will do that and learn. Guess stage set quite quickly. Who have we got for Lion of the week. Who are we getting against Bayern Munich?
Caicedo.
Bloody nice shout. I'm going to be smart and just go Palmer. I'm not going to fuck about here.
It's so weird, this game, because it's either going to go, it can go one of two ways. Either we'll do what we did to PSG and we'll absolutely kill them, or they'll do that to us.
True. We all went with João Pedro. Read into
Not a bad
that
shout.
as you wish. I need to change some of these people on the wheel. I've just noticed I've got Renato Vega, and he definitely won't play for us this season.
Take him off. Take Sterling off. Take
Gittins
Mark Yu off. Take Mark Yu off, because he ain't going to kick a ball for us.
You know what? You're not wrong about Mark Yu. I haven't actually put Mark Yu on the wheel yet.
No, no point. Don't bother. Don't bother.
He wasn't on the wheel, was he? There he goes.
He won't play.
He's on the wheel now. He's on the wheel.
He might make it into the squad for Lincoln.
He might do. He might get. It's coming up. It's coming up. Blue versus who? I've got 3 questions. I'm confident you'll get 2 of 3 here. The third one's a bit difficult. But we'll go. First question. Chelsea beat Bayern Munich in the 2012 Champions League final. I want you to name me 2 of the 3 teams that Bayern beat in the knockout stages of that year's competition. 2 of the 3. And I promise you, the teams I wrote down when I thought of this question, I got all of them wrong.
Oh, that is interesting.
Oh,
Who? Right. So, Real Madrid?
Real Madrid in the semi-finals, yes.
Who did they play in the quarters? Dortmund?
No. No German teams. They didn't play anyone from their own nation.
Ah. Inter?
No. No Italian teams either.
Wow.
No.
Well, Atletico, was it?
No. It was Basel and Marseille.
We could have been here for an hour, and I wouldn't have got to them.
For some reason, I got a bit confused and wrote Valencia and Barcelona as my first 2, and then Inter Milan. I'm like, we play Barcelona. What am I doing?
Yeah. So their route to the final was Marseille,
and
and
Real
Real Madrid. Fuck me, they must have thought they was going to win it that year.
Do you know what's funny? They actually were in the playoff round where they took on Zurich because they based on the old format.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't realise that until I obviously went back through the archive. Their group stage was horrid. It was Napoli, Man City, and Villarreal. I thought, they
that's
topped
not a
it.
nice group.
They topped it. Man City got 3rd and went to the Europa League. And this was Man City who had just up and coming. Well, they just won it. Did they win the title? Yeah, it was that year they won the title, didn't they? Yeah. And Napoli weren't much to sleep on. They were quite good. Number 2, before Bayer Leverkusen broke the streak, how many titles had Bayern Munich won in a row? I promise you, it is ludicrous. It is not it's not as small as I thought.
No, I know it's over 10.
It's so stupid.
They definitely done a minimum of 10. 12?
It was 11, but that is stupid. So
I was torn between 11 and 12. I remember I knew it was over 10. Because when they do like the graphics of the, and it was just Bayern's badge for like a decade.
Yeah. And finally, put these former blue players in order of when they first joined Bayern. I think you'll do very well here because we've got Ian Robben, we've got Claudio Pizarro, we've got Michael Ballack, we've got Melanie Loopholes and Pernil Harder. 5 players when they first joined Bayern.
From Chelsea, though.
Oh, no, just when they first joined them.
Oh, in general?
In general.
Oh, okay. So the 2 women's players are relatively later. Robban. Who was the other players? Pizarro.
Robin, Pizarro, Ballack, Loopholes, and Harder. I'm pretty sure Pizarro kept going back to Werder Bremen and Bayern.
Yeah, he's the hardest one to judge because he went to Bayern about 15 times. So
He did go a lot. He's doing a Chris Wilder.
I'm gonna say Ballack first.
Okay.
Then it's got to be Pizarro.
Okay.
Loopholes is a difficult one though because I can't remember when that was. Because Robban went from us to Real Madrid first.
He did indeed.
But then he wasn't at Real Madrid that long. Yeah, Ballack, Pizarro, Robban, Leopold's Harder.
Oh, if you'd switched down the first two, it was Pizarro in 01, Ballack in 02,
Yeah,
Robin 09, 2016 for Loopholes, and 2023 for Harder.
Yeah, it was tough with Pizarro because like I said, he went to and from them so often. It was knowing when he went there first.
Only twice, but he went to Werder Bremen 5 times in his career. Fair play.
Jesus
Fair
Christ,
play.
mate.
Fair play. He always scored there. He always scored. Less so for us.
Yeah.
Bit of a shame. Right, Christmas questions. You have sent in some good. These are great. So we've got Blue is the colour pod. Went with might be reactionary, but should Gittins go on loan to Strasbourg? He doesn't look ready. Oh, can you imagine? They don't like us. Well, some of their fans don't like us. Or me.
Oh, imagine.
It's a shame. Right. What? Oh, Jason, naughty one, but it's good. What the fuck is Garnacho doing on the back post? Cost us 3 points. I still think the 5 defenders cost us 3 points, but
Yeah. But it's not good. It's not good from Garnacho. I would expect a player on their debut to be more switched on than that.
yeah, that's fair. They also dropped in, Jason did, for host. Have you applied for Bake Off? And if not, why not? It's just I enjoy doing what I do in my own time. Like I don't like the 2 hour
you don't
time.
like you have 30 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm just like just not about that. I do baking to chill and stuff. It's nice to just then
It's like a therapy for you, isn't it?
exactly. It's just I like it. I enjoy it. Hello. We've got Are You Tadiwa? This one's good. They've gone with two in a row. They've gone Jamie Gittins, what the fuck's that? That's all. And then maybe I'm overreacting, but is it time to worry about Gittins?
Listen, it obviously it's too early, and he could suddenly explode. But the early signs aren't good, and I said this again. All of the fanfare before we signed him, and then we signed him, and everyone forgot he existed, and no one spoke about him.
Yeah, that's true. We had very true.
And that's the problem. And he looks like a player. He doesn't look like a player who's rejuvenated and excited about the move to a new club. He looks like a player who's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. But this is what happens when you sign somebody to play on the left wing and then you sign more wingers to play in their exact position. It just screams, we don't have a load of faith in you, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah.
But so we've signed a few more just in case you're shit. We hope you're not, but just in case you are, we've signed another few.
Yeah, 100%. And rounding it off with Vic, this is a great one. What was more surprising, Buenanotte starting or Mark Yu not being in the squad? That is a brilliant question. Oh,
but it's got Buonanotte starting.
I agree because we almost expect Mark Yu to not be used at times.
Yeah, I was expecting that. Honestly, him starting, I just thought I honestly don't know what we're doing. It was another case of if I'm Andre Santos, I'm sat on that bench thinking, I'm getting out of here. If I can't start today, and he's starting this kid who's not even our player,
correct,
from Brighton instead of me, I'm off.
I would understand that thought process. Yeah, And I'll go with another one off the Discord because this is good. I wrote Zalia. After a few games, which of the following player swaps would you do or not, and why? Your first one is terrible, mate. I can't believe you've said Foden for Palmer. Oh,
No, definitely not. Foden shit.
Someone, Optimal Zebra, actually put one is an insult. I agree. No,
Yeah.
no. Number 2 is a very good one. Voltamada for Delap. Small sample, isn't it? One game, one goal.
Yeah, he's Bundesliga, isn't he? So
Yeah, that's a worry. He started off well, one goal, one game.
do you know what? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
No,
do
I
that.
don't think so. Number 3 is Grealish for Garnacho. You're going, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
I probably would as well. I like Grealish. I think he's
Yeah.
a great addition. So, yeah, I'd take that. James Trafford for Sanchez.
Oh, fuck me, that's a good one.
I haven't seen enough from Trafford to say yes. I've seen enough from Sanchez to say he's a good shot stopper.
Do you know what? I don't think I would.
Well,
And that is ridiculous to say, considering how low I rate Sanchez.
But James Trafford's already been benched. He was signed this summer and benched.
It's not a good look that he started a few times for City and then they went and signed another goalkeeper.
And they've just gone, no, we're not having this, mate. We're not doing this. I'll do a quick player football 20 questions. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Go on.
Oh, you got the player already?
Oh, it's already done. I prepped this because when 2 people dropped.
Prepared. Retired. Nice. Played for Chelsea.
No. Now is it down to about 50 million players?
Yeah, that's it. So I've really narrowed the pool there.
Yeah.
Did they retire post 2020?
No.
Okay, so that retired. Okay, so they're an older player. Again, that only narrows it down if the answer's yes to that question. Otherwise, it just leaves everyone from sort of 1970 to 1920. So that's good. That's narrowed it right down again. Played in the Premier League?
Yes.
Known for their time in the Premier League?
Definitely.
Won a major international honour?
No.
Are they English?
They are. That was quite a good one.
Yeah, you can tell.
Interesting.
Didn't win anything. Played in the Premier League, known for their time in the Premier League, but hasn't won anything for international. Yeah, English then.
Yeah.
Team they. Oh no, here's a quick. Yeah, did they play for multiple Premier League teams?
Yes. Oh, he's narrowing it down.
Only slightly. Are they a striker?
They are.
Did they play for multiple traditional top 6 teams?
They did indeed.
Is it Peter Crouch?
Oh, in 10 questions, my friend. Well done. That is very good. That is very, very good.
I don't know why Peter Crouch just came into my head.
That's brilliant. What blows me away is he got 22 in 42 for England. And out of all of his clubs, the most he played. So I thought, Liverpool, he played the most, 85 games. He played 225 for Stoke. I wouldn't have picked Stoke as the club that he played the most games for. Wow.
No, I wouldn't have actually.
Bloody hell.
But I suppose he was at Stoke for quite a long time.
Well, he played a season at QPR. He played a season at Portsmouth. 2 technically at Villa, but one at Villa. 1 was then on loan at Norwich. Then 1 season at Saints. Then 3 at Liverpool. 1 again at Portsmouth. 2 at Spurs. And then good 8 years at Stoke before finishing his career at Burnley.
Where did he score the most amount of goals?
Stoke 46. To be fair, in 225 games, you probably should score. the most.
Yeah, to be fair though, 46 in 200 odd games is shit, isn't it? But
It's not great. It's
he was
not
good at
great.
Portsmouth with Defoe. I remember that.
Yeah, he got 11 in 38 and 18 in 37, but that was back in 01-02 when he did that. Fair play. That was very good. Apparently he attended some Chelsea games and he's apparently a Chelsea fan. I don't know how true that is.
I always like Peter Crouch, to be fair.
Yeah, he's a fun podcaster.
He's the
pretty
best.
fun.
He's the best footballer who doesn't look anything like a footballer.
That is actually quite true. And hey, he's a goal of the season with what a goal! Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
beautiful.
that volley.
Goal. Yeah, it's so good. I'm going to watch that
Yeah.
after we've done this. Right, listeners, that we're at the end of our episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, before we go, we're proudly partnered with Head in the Game, a mental health charity using football, sport, wellbeing, and community. Find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back probably Thursday to talk through our winners and losers from Bayern Munich. So until next time, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.